Hello, my name is Trust Fund Hippie, and today we are reviewing the 2016 game developed by id Software, Doom. Doom is a reboot of the iconic shooter franchise dating back to the early 90s. Started off with Doom, obviously, which was in and of itself a spiritual successor to their previous game, Wolfenstein 3D, which is notorious and had its own reboot in 2014 with the New Order, which is also a great game, but way more story focused and although it does have old shooter mechanics, much more based in the shooter mechanics of today. Uh, this game takes uh, takes old shooter mechanics and melds them with the best of today's mechanics and creates something totally new, but at the same time something totally Doom. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Now, what does this game do that is getting all the praise? Because I know I'm late, a month, maybe two, uh, at least a month and a half late to this review. So, what does this game do so right? It is the feel. I really do believe that you have to play this game to really understand. And at first, when you're not facing that many enemies or that many strong enemies at one time, it doesn't feel as good as it would. But starting late in the early game, you get more weapons. In a very short amount of time, you get more weapons, and then you also get a ton of new enemy types introduced to you, and it's a great feeling. And then you have to actually learn these certain enemies' weaknesses and learn new tactics around these enemies, from the pinkies to the mancubi, to the possessed soldier variant that has a shield, which sounds not that bad, but it is horrible. Uh, to Barons of Hell, to Knights of Hell, it really is like you have to learn and adapt with each enemy, and facing like a Baron of Hell, two Pinkies, and two Mancubi. I guess that's what we're doing. It really does put you on the edge of your seat and makes you think about every shot. Really, it's adrenaline pumping. It really is. It gives you such a feeling of not euphoria, but like when you conquer it, it's such a feeling of achievement, and it flows through you. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's one of the most intense shooters I've played in years, and the feel is like that of an old Doom with mixed with an arena shooter. And even though Doom was kind of an arena shooter, but you get what I'm saying. This really is like a new school arena shooter. Something I'd compare to kind of like Overwatch, I guess. Overwatch being definitely kind of a return to arena shooters while mixing the formula of MOBAs that are popular right now with like the heroes and everything. Let's see. Zonotic is a great kind of modern arena shooter for free, no less. Uh, sorry. There's the new Unreal Tournament, which is more just a recreation of the old games, in my opinion. But the new Doom and games like Overwatch definitely they bring back arena shooters in a new and exciting way, and that's what I think Quake Champions is going to do. Uh, Overall, the story doesn't matter. The single player is fast and insane, and even on the normal difficulty, which was the difficulty I played it on, it just gave such a challenge. I had to go through this one area 10 times because I really just couldn't. I had to make a new strategy. I couldn't think of it on the fly. I had to like sit down and say, what can I do? Also, power ups. You have to use your power ups, especially in the late game and especially in this certain battle. You have to use your power ups very sparingly. You have to you have to know when to use them, which also factors in with knowing how to move the Doomslayer, how to knowing how your jumps move, knowing the trajectories, knowing how fast you're moving. Speaking of like how fast you're moving and like the movement, thank Allah, I guess, Buddha, God, anything out there for FOV sliders on a console. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. Really. So campaign, fantastic. Almost flawless in my opinion. The only thing I have is that like it could have ended a bit not as abruptly, but at the same time the story doesn't matter to me. So yeah, next thing, Snap Map. Snap Map is the level creation tool that comes with the game, and I haven't played around with it because I just don't like level editors. But I have been into the community, and it's great. From recreations of old Doom levels that aren't just the classic maps, like they do in the campaign, which is also a really cool feature. Finding the levers and then finding the room and going in and reliving a bit of Doom with the new enemies and the new weapons. It's really nice. Uh, they're recreating it in the engine, which is just that's insane. Like, it's not insane to think someone would do it, but it's insane to think like so many of these levels would be recreated. And then there's horde modes. There's different kinds of levels, different kinds of games in Snap Map, and there's also like just free Snap Map points, which I think is really cheap, but that's just my opinion. Overall, Snap Map is a great feature, and I think over time it'll get even better. Next, the multiplayer. I Most people hate this multiplayer. I really like it. It's just so much for me. It's a lot of fun. It's an arena shooter while also making you choose your weapons. I would have preferred if you could have the weapon wheel and you could cycle between your weapons, all the weapons of the game. But at the same time, it feels so good to just slide around on a map and like in certain gunfights with two people with the super shotgun, just slide around. Whoever gets closest to each other and pulls the trigger at the right time wins. And like that's to me, that's skill, timing, and aim. I don't know if there's auto aim in this game, but it just for me the Doom multiplayer, this new Doom multiplayer just hits a certain itch so right. And for me, that's good. By the way, why is there a demon that isn't even seen in the campaign in the multiplayer? It's this one that just like when it attacks you through the air, and then like it keeps on flying until it hits a wall. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the Stalker. It's not seen in the single player, not mentioned in the single player as far as I know, and it's just there in the multiplayer. Also, there are weapons that are exclusive to multiplayer, which I find kind of weird. Anyways, Doom overall, as a package deal, as an experience, it might be my game of the year. I've other games I've played this year. I haven't been playing a lot of games this year. Valhalla bartender drinking simulator. I forgot what it's called, but that's a great game. That's about it. I have not been really into games this year, although I definitely want to play everything I can. I really do love gaming, and Doom really has that energy of just why you love gaming because of how fun it is and how much how, not, how much fun it is and how enjoyable it is and how imaginative these designers can make these worlds. Also, when you get an achievement on Xbox One, I don't know how it is on PS4, but on Xbox One, you get an achievement and you get this like little background. You can set it as your background. Everything for every achievement. Like I have just gone through Doom backgrounds, and right now it's the one for completing the campaign on any difficulty. Just you get this, and it's just this landscape of like the last little area you go into. Like, when you go in, there's the big hand. I love that kind of stuff. Anyways, Doom. If you like if you like Doom, and you aren't one of those people that just thinks everything new is dumb, I'd definitely say give this game a try. Overall, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. On my scale, that is like fantastic. One or two things that just bothered me a bit, but it's up there. And the thing that bothered me a bit with this game was the soundtrack. It's not bad at all. The industrial mixed with just the booming metal riffs uh, are great, but sometimes the electronics kind of overpower everything, and that's just does nah nah. For me, that's just not that good. Also, the early game can be a bit, although it does just start off right off the bat with shooting the demons, which is something I don't know why Doom 3 had so much trouble with that, but just the early game is just a bit slow, and compared to the rest of the game, it's a little lacking. So just one or two small complaints, and that's about it. 9 out of 10. I'd play this game. Must play for 2016 so far. Sorry for kind of rambling. This is just how I make my videos, I guess. Uh, Thank you for watching. Uh, yeah, tell me what you thought of Doom in the comments. Like, dislike, I don't care. Yeah, have a great day.